welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goal. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
My experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence. Content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey. It's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No. You need to stay on entrepreneurial shift.
You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Leadership Live for today. Wow, how has your day been? Yes, I know. For some of us, it's night already, right? For some of us, it's still afternoon, and for some of us, it's still morning, right? Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so as we come in, let's know the city and country you're joining us from. This is always a global event, and we are always so excited to see our community join us. Thank you. Thank you, Sam 7 from Kumasi, Ghana. Thank you. I see you online, and I really appreciate. Right. Thank you. The Edge from Abuja, and Mike is from Michigan. Moses from Manchester in the United Kingdom, and Bayo from Nigeria. Gabriel, Nigeria. Fumilola, Nigeria. And Lucy from England. Chooks from Lagos. Ono from Port Harcourt. The Edge. Albert is from Abuja. Good. Thank you. Esther from Lagos, and Olaliko from Liverpool. Lisam from Yola, Nigeria. Wow, been to Yola before. Rhoda from New Jersey, and Chris from Lagos, and Dr. Wale from Kaduna. Thank you, everyone. Ayomide from Nigeria, Reverend Richmond from Canada. Thank you. And Michael from Delta, Nigeria, right? Awesome. Oh, Billionaire Bukumi is from Oyo State. Thank you. And Adebola from the UK. Mutero Molijani. Is that Botswana? Oh, that's a beautiful country, right? Awesome. Awesome. Osita from Anambra. Yes. Taiwojo, Prof. In Atlanta today. Amazing. In my neighborhood. Ibuku, Milori, Kwara State. Yes, as you come in, let's do leadership practical. Bring someone in, right? Bring someone in. Share these on social media, share it on X, share it on, let people know, bring them in. Because this is going to be very, very, very helpful to somebody. I promise you. Any discussion on leadership will be very, very helpful to someone, Yes. And for us in our community, leadership is not just you holding a title or having a position. It is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. Our goal right now is attending this discussion. And you can influence them. Honestly, you just absolutely don't know where people are going to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and this could just be a major investment in their lives. That's the way life works, right? It works by us giving, investing in people. Okay. Thank you. Bukola from England, Assurance from Kwara, Nigeria, Anthony, Nigeria, Oluwadamilare from Lagos, Titus Enugu, Shadrach, Lagos, Blessing is in London. Yes, good to see you, Olubenga, Lagos, Igado, Akila from Abuja, Toby is in the UK. Good to see you. Yes. Amazing. Yes. Thank you, Mutero. Botswana again. Adekunle from Abeokuta, Niola from Lagos, Fred. Good. Thank you. All of our friends in Nigeria. Thank you, Sebastian in the UK. Thank you. Amazing. So many people joining now from Cameroon. Melissa, good to see you. Yes, it's a global event. Okay, so and this is why it's important. It's about leadership. And right now, you see, in our community, first, we're acknowledging the fact that leadership is a big issue. In fact, what's going on in the world right now is a testament to the fact that leadership is very, very important. Now, the challenge is we want those miracle leaders, and we don't ask, how are they made? Right? How are they made? I refer back to a conversation I had with a friend, a former governor in Nigeria. And I said, you did some things that really impressed me, showed some qualities of a leader while you were governor. I said, but most of your contemporaries don't have those qualities. He said, Sam, you know what? He said, Nigeria is like an aircraft that is being flown by pilots that did not go to flying school. He said, and when they crash the plane, everybody will be screaming. And I thought, oh my God, what a description. What a description. Listen, if you do your job well, let's say you work in an organization, if you smash your goals, and most of the time it's money, right? Especially if it's a business, you're bringing in a lot of money, you're going to rise. If you're achieving the goals, you're killing the goals, the likelihood is you're going up. Now, the challenge is a lot of people assume that the fact that you are up, maybe you are COO or CTO or CFO or CEO or head of department, HOD, the fact that you are up there, a lot of people assume that automatically means you're a leader or you're a good leader. Not at all. Sometimes they're two completely different things. Technical skills, excellent, but people skills. That's what leadership is about. The people skills. And honestly, where it works, it's better you acquire those skills from when you're a child. The next best time is now. The next best time is now. This is success is what happens when opportunity meets preparation. That is why this leadership life is important. We're preparing someone. There's some opportunity showing up tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Okay? And we've got to be ready so we can make our world better. Thank you, Ambassador Dr. Stephen from Nigeria. Thank you, Musa, Wole, Alice. Olusegun is in Mina. Bright is in Wolverhampton. Amazing. Sam from the UK. Oh, thank you, Janet from Indiana. Amazing. Thank you for joining us. Tebogo joined us from South Africa. Peter from Benin City. Right. Amazing. So thank you everyone for joining us. Okay. So this is how we do it here in our community. I'm going to say something, right? I'm going to just share some thoughts on leadership. And then I'm going to allow us to ask questions. Is that okay? Good. Let's start from somewhere. So last week, we began to discuss the qualities of a leader. And this is why, because I often refer to the book that I was given by an elderly gentleman. I have a namesake from Oshobo joining us. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay. Osita says, I need one of your books. Well, it depends on where you are. The books are available on Amazon. Some of my books, not all. Some of my books are available on Amazon. But if you're in Nigeria and you're in Lagos, then at Daystar Christian Center in Oregon, Lagos, there's a bookshop there, and all the books are there, or most of the books. Around Nigeria, you have Roving Heights Bookshop. Roving Heights, if you go on Instagram, search for @Roving Heights, and they'll be able to tell you how to get the books from them, because they also deliver all over Nigeria. All right, thank you. Thank you, Sam from Northampton, UK. Olayemi is in Abu Dhabi. All the best, guys. So I hear the airspace over Qatar has been closed. The airspace over the UAE has been closed. Stay safe, and God keep you all. We pray everything will de-escalate, and that there will be peace as fast as possible. Right? Okay, so so I read this book, Learning Christian Leadership by Donald S. Altman. The book was given to me, this was some 35 years ago or so, by an elderly reverend gentleman in my church. Said, there's something about you, read this book. And it would be the first book with leadership in its title that I will read. And it was life-changing. And the author said, look, the idea that few people are born to lead, everybody else is born to follow, those theories, those philosophies are dead, right? Every human being is created in the image of God, and God has given us dominion with the kind of capacity we have, our imagination, the inventions that we have made. We have leadership capacity. All of us have leadership potential. Not all of us will be president. Not all of us, right, will be governors or senators, right? But we all have leadership capacity. And the problem is when you tie the definition of leadership to a title, to a position. That's where the problem is. Okay, so it's only the few people that occupy positions in government that are leaders, right? The rest of us are not leaders. That shortchanges us. That shortchanges us. Number one, it gives the few people that occupy those positions some superiority complex. Number two, it causes the rest of us to abandon our responsibility to cultivate our leadership capacity, right? So we don't even exert the influence that we can exert to move the world in the right direction. Here in our community, we define leadership as ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. Once you break the definition down to influence, you see that it changes everything. Then you realize leadership actually happens at all levels. And at the lower levels, you have the opportunity to practice before you rise into higher positions, right? Anyway, that was what the author said, and that was where the mind shift began for me. Leadership is a mindset. It's a mindset. It's you seeing yourself differently, you becoming a different kind of person. And that makes you to see the world and to see other people in a different way. That's it. We don't see things the way they are. We see things the way we are. When you change inside, you'll be surprised. The same world, but it will yield different results to you now because you'll be seeing differently, right? The author then went ahead and listed the qualities of a leader and said, you have some of those qualities already. The ones you don't have, you can cultivate. Now, that was also a game changer for me. So we're discussing some of those qualities of a leader. And last week, we discussed vision. Vision. The effective use of your inner eyes, of your imagination. One of the greatest gifts that the Creator gave you. And we said vision for us in our community here is the ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Capacity to recognize potential, to see possibilities. And you start first with yourself, not seeing yourself just the way you are. Enough of those negative labels running yourself down, enough of the despondency and the frustration and the sadness. You're more powerful than you think. If you're sad and you don't like who you are, it's simply because you are not seeing with the right eyes yet. There's more to your life than you have seen, than you have experienced. A whole lot more. But what you see inside is what you eventually see on the outside. That's the principle. That's the principle. That's why that vision is so important for a leader, right? Well, we discussed that last week. So you can go watch the replay. It's on YouTube, right? Sam Adeyemi TV. Today, I want us to talk a little bit about empathy. Empathy, one of those very fundamental qualities of a leader. It's huge. It's big, right? It's huge. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you. I can see, we're from different cities and different countries. Thank you. Empathy is the ability to understand and to share the feelings of others. The ability to understand and to share the feelings of others. When a leader doesn't have it, it's a big problem. Remember, leadership is ability to influence one or more people. And I'm telling you, this capacity for empathy is one of the major secrets for influencing people. Okay, let me use a word that we're all accustomed to. Love. Love people. And I'm not talking about romantic love here, okay? No. I'm not talking about romantic love here. I'm talking about the highest level. And at that highest level, you recognize the value of a person and you celebrate that value. Now, let me tell you, like I said earlier on, God created man in his own image. The human being is the most valuable asset on this planet. The human is the most valuable asset on this planet. So when you see that in people, you don't just see them the way they are, but you recognize. You recognize they are not what they have done. They are not what they have. They're not what they look like physically speaking. Their greatest value is intrinsic. When you see humans and you feel like you're seeing a miracle, you're getting there. You're getting there. I help people to appreciate their own value. I say to people, the most valuable part of you is intangible. That's where the mind shift has to start from. Maybe 65 to 70% of your body is water, right? If we separate everything, water. The rest, if we break everything down, we'll have maybe some kilograms of calcium, right? And then we'll have some phosphorus, we'll have some sodium, we'll have some, small quantities of chemicals like that. If we take them to the market and sell them, they won't amount to much. Promise you. Your real value is not in your physical body, it's not in your physical appearance. Your real value is in the intangible part of you. So when you're a leader, you have to start from there. You are the most valuable asset on this planet. Right? You're the most valuable asset on this planet. And so is every other human being. Now, recognizing that value, in fact, let me put it this way, seeing God in every human, because honestly, I believe that every human is an extension of God. So whatever you feel that God deserves, that's what each human deserves. Whatever you feel that God does not deserve, a human being does not deserve it. When you have that mindset, I promise you, you will treat every human with the highest level of respect, with the highest level of dignity, and with the highest level of excellence. And I promise you, you do those, you are not going to fail. So when you approach your leadership from this perspective, you are dealing with very special people. That's what love is about. And then what happens? When you look at people like that, you know what happens? You spot gaps, because then you will recognize this is where this person is supposed to be. This is where they are. You spot gaps. A human being should not go to bed hungry. Should not. It erodes the dignity of a human with so much power, so much value, to not have to eat or to not have clothes to put on. Hey, no, if it was okay, why do people feel bad when they're hungry and they absolutely have nothing to eat? Why do people feel bad when they don't have money to buy new clothes, when they don't have money to pay their house rent? Why do they feel bad? Because it is beneath the dignity of a human being. This is what then happens. When you really have empathy, when you really have love, what you want to do is to bridge the gap. That's what you want to do. You want to bridge that gap. You want to shift them from here to there. And that shift, that move, that's what leadership is about. That is what leadership is about. Bringing the best out of people, unleashing the potential in people. That's what leadership is about. And I'm saying here, if it will ever happen, if you will ever achieve it, you need to have empathy. Again, empathy is understanding what people are feeling. Okay? Ability to understand and to share what people are feeling. So I told you that the book transformed my life, right? Learning Christian Leadership, because the author said you have some of the qualities already, some you don't have. The ones you don't have, you can cultivate. And I've mentioned before that one of the ones I knew I did not have as an introvert was communication skills. So I bought How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and practiced. I was ready. And my friends who are extroverted, naturally friendly, naturally easy to express themselves, they laugh. They laugh at how I had to buy a book, right, to learn to do the things that come to them naturally. Thank you. That's my own journey, right? That's my own journey. This empathy issue was also one of my shortcomings. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you because the measure of your success as a leader is not just in how much money you make, how successful you become, that's visibly. The journey, in fact, the major place where you have to start your journey is in your character. The major place where you have to start your journey is internal, is in the quality of a person, the quality of your person. That's where leadership starts from. You have a lot of smart people who occupy leadership positions, but you don't have character. And that creates problems. You need the character and competence combination. You need it. Somebody can have character, but not have skills. Not have technical skills and not have leadership skills. That's a disaster. The fact that somebody is a very good man, he's a very good man, he's very honest, he has a lot of integrity and so on, but he does not know how to drive the car. He's going to drive us into a ditch. You need character, you need competence, but the foundation is the character. Then you build the competence on that. And that's why this is important. Empathy, right? I had to learn it. I had to learn it. I had to learn to understand what people are feeling and to respond with compassion. That's what I'm that's what I'm pushing here today. Understanding what people are feeling, what others are going through, and responding with compassion. Understanding what other people are going through and responding with compassion. Where do you start from? Okay, this is where I started from. This is what I had to learn. Putting the focus on other people. Putting the focus on other people. If I ask everybody right now to write their major goals for this year, what would you write? Who will those goals be about? You. They'll be your goals. How you would improve your life. How you will make more money, right? And that's the problem. If you're going to have empathy, you'll have to be others-minded, others-centered. I had to slow down, right? And pay attention to people. As an introvert, I prefer to live in my inner world, right? Prefer to think, prefer to analyze, crunch data, right? And create this beautiful inner world. But sorry, leadership is ability to influence one or more people. Turn the attention on other people, turn the focus on other people. Yeah, I agree you have needs, right? But how about other people? I think one of the greatest things God set me to do as a person was that divine inspiration I had to go on the media to teach people how to succeed. 30 years ago, in my 20s, went on radio and began to teach people how to succeed. Even though in my head, I had a fight. Should I not be successful first? What right, what audacity do I have to teach people how to be successful? Should I not be successful first? Well, that was a problem. The only way or the best way for me to be successful was to help other people to be successful. That's what we're saying, right? Help other people to be successful. Put the focus on other people for once. Other people are exactly like you. Oh, you want to break through? You want to succeed big? They too want to succeed. You want food to eat? Other people are also hungry. You need clothes? They also need clothes. You need accommodation? They also need accommodation. The wisdom can be so powerful. It can be so counterintuitive. Just taking the attention off of yourself and putting it on other people. It's life-changing. That was where I had to start from. Put the focus on other people. And when I speak especially to people, maybe people in underserved communities, people in the developing part of the world, people in communities, even in the developed part of the world, there are poor communities and so on. So you start out with a passion, to break out of deprivation, break out of the limitations in your environment, right? So this is my encouragement. Take the focus off of yourself and put it on other people. That's the starting point. You want to develop empathy? Put the focus on other people. That's where I started from. Learning to stop thinking about myself, thinking about a breakthrough, how I get more money, how I make more money, how about other people really? What are their needs? It's life-changing, and it can be career-changing for a lot of us. The people in your city, what are their needs? What are their needs? You know, when I teach on entrepreneurship, I tell people that the real money is not paper. It's not the coin, it's not the currency, not even your card. It's value, and you can't see value with your eyes. Then I teach people how to see money. I ask them, what's the population of your city? Yeah, some days ago, I was checking the Atlanta metro area, 6 point something million people. And I say, okay, let's assume it's 6 million, right? If you're in Lagos, Nigeria, I think the estimate is 20 million or more. So let's say 20 million. Okay, so I say, how much does the average person in your city spend on food in a day? Then I tell them to multiply it by the population of the city. So in Atlanta, if we say conservatively, I said I average, right? Let's even agree that somebody's eating just fast food, right? So if we say $20, I say, okay, take the 20, multiply it by the population, 6 million, that'll be $120 million, right? If it's in Lagos, Nigeria, of course, we debate and debate. These days, food is expensive. Oh my God. Oh my God. Food is expensive in Nigeria now. So if you take that 20 million people and you multiply it by, I don't even know what we got to pick. Then, okay, so if you say 5,000 naira, right? If you say 5,000 naira, or if you say, no, I like to be very conservative, very, 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 very. Okay, let's say 3,000 naira, right? 3,000 multiplied by 20 million is 60 billion naira spent on food the average day. The average person puts on 2 pieces of cloth, wears a pair of shoes, uses toothbrush. So 2 pairs of cloth by an average person in Lagos, that's like, in a day, that's like 40 million pieces of cloth worn in a day. In Atlanta, that will be 12 million pieces of cloth worn in a day, right? They use toothbrushes, they need houses to live in, and so then I just ask, which of those things are you selling? Right? So the money thing is not supposed to be that mysterious, right? So because you'll be asking, what's the connection between love and money? What's the connection between love and my career and my business and the breakthrough that I did? That's where it is. Putting the focus on other people, right? That was where I started from. I had to slow my mind down and learn to pay attention to people. I had to learn to look out for their emotions, look out for what they're feeling, because my mind is wired almost 100% to think logically, right? To think rationally, to only focus on what makes sense, right? Good. But now we're talking about emotions. I just thank God for my dear wife, you know, Dr. Nika. She is almost 100% on the emotion side. They say opposites attract. I've learned a lot from her. It's so amazing, right? She picks your emotions. Whatever someone is feeling, she picks it from your face, picks it in the air. It's amazing, right? Why is that important? Why is that? If you're going to motivate people, you have to know this. People make decisions emotionally. People make decisions emotionally and justify them logically. Thank you, Pastor Tim. Thank you for joining us from Chicago. See, for those of us that are logically minded, right, emotions can be confusing, right? When people are being emotional, and to us, like, they don't make sense. They're not making sense, right? Sorry, people make decisions emotionally. Most people, it is the emotions that decide. It is how they are feeling at the moment that influences the decisions that they make, period. That's why to you, they won't make sense. But to them, they make sense because they are feeling what they are feeling. If you're going to sell anything, you better understand that people make decisions emotionally and they justify those emotions logically. So I had to study temperaments. Till now, I don't joke with temperaments, personality types, their characteristics, the people that are extroverted, the people that are introverted, the strengths, their weaknesses, and all of that. You got to understand people, right? I'll tell you one other thing that helped me to develop empathy. I had to learn to listen. I had to learn to listen. I had to learn to listen. Thank you, Pastor Adewale from Dublin, Ireland. Thank you. From Calabar. Thank you, everyone. Okay. All I say is, I hope to meet you someday. I have learned from you for decades. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. I had to learn to listen to people. When we were in school, I said one of the things I was lacking was communication skills. Yeah, and what I learned is in school, there are 4 dimensions to communication. They taught us 3 in school. They taught us to speak. They taught us to read. They taught us to write. But in school, they did not teach us to listen. So when we're communicating with people, we think we're listening, but no. When somebody is talking, we're constructing what we will say after they have stopped or what we will say in response. We don't focus on trying to understand what they're saying. When I read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, one of the habits there says, seek to understand, then to be understood. Seek to understand, then to be understood. And I thought, oh my God, we put this thing the wrong way. We want somebody else to understand us first. Understand what I'm saying. Covey says, no, you seek to understand what the other person is saying, then to be understood. Oh my God, I had to learn to listen. And honestly, those things began to change everything. I've got to understand people better, understand the things that make them tick, the things that motivate them, the things that are important to them. That's when you can really begin to build meaningful relationships with people. Showing that you care about them, right? And in the leadership equation, this is very important because you don't want to use people to achieve goals. They are people, they are human. They have feelings. But then I'll tell you, once you get the empathy thing right, it builds trust and loyalty. It builds trust. And once I began to focus on people, take genuine interest in people, desire for their lives to be better, genuinely. When it comes to motivating people, getting loyalty from people, that transformed for me completely. That changed completely. This is the standard I've given myself. I don't want anyone that I am leading to even have any doubt as to the fact that I want the best for them. And this is what real leaders do. When you when you genuinely want the best for them, then you are willing to actually make sacrifices to see their lives be better. So this empathy thing we're talking about, we don't have all the day to discuss it, but I'll tell you, it's the key to motivation. If you see people willing to even kill themselves on behalf of a leader, this is where it starts from. Sometimes you don't understand it looking from the outside. And sometimes it's actually a bad person that really cares, that shows the genuine care to someone, and you are wondering how they were able to buy the person's or win the person's loyalty, that's where it starts from. Genuine care. If your neighbor or your colleague in the office had not eaten anything, would you notice it? If something was wrong with them, with their emotions, would you notice it? If they came to the office sad, would you notice it? That's what I'm talking about. Are you willing to share your lunch money or to share your lunch with someone, with a family in the neighborhood on your street? Now that's what I'm talking about. Are you willing to share your money to help pay somebody's school fees, or pay one small bill that's about to embarrass someone? That's what I'm talking about. And when you show that care, I'm telling you, you buy loyalty. Those of us that work in the nonprofit space, sometimes people wonder, how do you get to influence thousands of people? Thousands of people, they're willing, to serve, in a committed way when you don't pay them anything. I said, that's where it is. Love. That's it. Loving people genuinely and being willing, right, to make investments in seeing their lives get better. So it's the key to motivation. It's the key to collaboration within your team. Because when people can't give what they don't have. When you don't love people, they don't love themselves too on your team. So empathy is the key to motivation. It's the key to collaboration. It's the key to innovation. Then you find that people are actually thinking of how your organization will be successful, of how the team will be successful, because they love you, they care for you. You care for them, they care for you too. You want them to get better. They also want you to succeed in achieving your goals. Yes, and everything leads to great results for your team. Great results. All right. I hope this has been helpful a little bit. My latest book is titled Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership, right? That's it on your screen. I wrote it with a burden. Most transformation efforts in our world fail. Most. At the personal level, at the organizational level, national level. You see, change is happening at a very slow rate in people's lives. So do everything you can. Grab your copy. If you are anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, it's available online. Amazon, if Amazon can deliver to where you are, that's where to get it. Someone said they ordered the book in Canada, ordered it in the morning, and it was delivered to their home by evening. That's how fast you can get it, right? If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Lagos, it's available at Daystar Christian Center in Oregon. There's a bookshop there, or Roving Heights Bookshop. Roving Heights. On Instagram, you'll find them at Roving Heights, and you can DM them, right? Or just send them, send them a message, and they'll tell you how you can get the book from them. All right? Grab your copy and let's get ready for big shifts. Okay. By the way, it's also available in audiobook form, and you can get that straight from Kindle, from Amazon, right? Direct, and other platforms that sell audiobooks all over the world. The digital copy is also there. The ebook is available that you can download and begin to read instantly. All right. September 13, we're having the Shift Conference DMV USA on September 13th. Saturday, September 13th. It's going to be a big shift, right? It's going to be a huge event, but the seats are going to be limited. The seats, I'm saying that ahead right now, the seats are going to be limited. So we have a wait list on my link tree. Now, if you want to, some people ask me, oh, do you do one-on-one coaching with people? Or some say, oh, we want to invite you to speak at a conference. How do we go about it? I encourage you, go on my link tree, linktr.ee/Sam Adeyemi. Just type that in your browser. It will take you straight there. Or the social media platform that you're on, you'll see a link in my bio. Click on it, right? Click on it. Then it will take you there. You will see all our events, all the things we do, and how to connect with me. Okay, good. So my encouragement: get on the wait list for the Shift Conference USA. Okay, get on the wait list. Why? We will open up the tickets first to the people on the wait list. If there are any left, we'll open up to other people. Okay. All right. Yes. So on that link tree, you will see we have what we call an inner circle. So there are people that I meet on Zoom every month. When you join that inner circle, the first thing is we'll give you access to what we call the 40-day leadership reset, 40 videos that I recorded. Less than 10 minutes each, maximum 10 minutes, but they're brain resetting. Very powerful, okay? Good. Do you have any questions for me before we go? Oh, thank you for this question. Are you planning on having any conferences in Russia or around Russia? We can, if we have enough people. That's what determines whether we'll go anywhere. We have enough people that are ready to host us in a city or country, then we'll give it our best shot. Neka says, some people will never want to understand you, no matter how you understood them. That's fine. You just do your part first, right? Because if you don't listen, you don't even stand a chance of understanding them. Now, if you understand them, you stand in a big position to influence them. That's the main thing you want. Yeah, they may not understand me, but if I understand them, I stand a big chance of influencing them. For example, the people that design the adverts that you watch on TV, you don't understand them. Maybe you don't even know them, but they understand you. They've employed people with PhD in psychology, right, to study you, to analyze you. The platforms that you're on, right, all the social media platforms that you're on, do you understand them? But they understand you. Everything you do, every click, every video you watch, they are recording and already telling them something. And you watch, you notice for the ones that are video based, the videos that you watch 2 or 3 times, you begin to see more videos like that because they're understanding you, right? So yeah, for the purpose of leadership, the more important part actually is you understanding them, right? Can you share tips on how to handle the law of diminishing returns in business and marriage? The law of diminishing returns. In other words, things have a tendency to go down, right, with time. Oh, yeah. It's the law of entropy, right? Things disintegrate if you make no effort to sustain their quality. It's the way our world works, right? So that's why we have what we call maintenance, right? Maintenance. So you keep making inputs to sustain the quality of something. Why? Because change is going on in the environment. The weather is changing, right? The climate, even the climate itself is changing, and all of that. It's those, you respond to those changes. In fact, as a leader, you preempt those changes. In business, for example, you don't sit down, right? It's with time. The carpets, let's say you're on, there's a link flashing there. That's if you want executive coaching. I spend most of my time right now advising C-level leaders, right? So if you're interested in that, we have a link on the screen right now. And there's a link on the link tree, remember? Yeah. It makes a world of difference. You think, oh, after you become successful, oh, do you need any more? Absolutely. High-level leaders need wisdom. high level, and that wisdom is more valuable than money, right? Advice will shorten the curve for you and save you from a lot of danger. The higher you rise, the more you lose capacity for 360-degree understanding, right? That's why you see presidents with loads of advisors and things like that. So that's what I do. I advise leaders. Okay, good. So things are going to depreciate if you don't make regular input to sustain the quality. So you own a hotel, the carpet is going to get dirty, right? And it's going to grow old. The furniture is going to grow old. The paint on the building is going to wear off due to weather elements. You get what I mean? So you need to put a fresh coat of paint once in a while. So for relationships, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Fresh conversation, and then fresh ideas. If it's marriage, go out, like once a week if you're together, go on a date, right? Go and eat lunch together. Go and have, dinner together. You're coming home, bring a gift along. One small surprise here and there, right? Say I love you, okay? Don't be like the man that was taken to court for divorce and the wife said, Your Lordship, this man does not love me. The last time he ever mentioned that he loved me was the day we got married. And the man said, well, Your Lordship, I said, when they asked me if I loved her on that day, I said, I do. I have not changed my mind. That's why I didn't say anything all these years. I've not changed my mind. Uncle, you have to say it every day. Put a fresh touch of emotional paint, love paint on that marriage. Well, I hope you get what I mean. Blessing is asking, how do I start? Okay, let me see. Yes, my name is Victor. I'm longing to see you since when I usually listen to Success Power on my dad's radio when I was much younger. Thank you. It would be a dream come true if I can get to meet you in person whenever you're in Lagos. Thank you. So I move around a lot these days, right? So when I'm in any particular place, my time is highly pressured. So that's why we leverage this platform, right? That's why we leverage this platform. However, if you have a very important reason for which you want to see me, just send a DM on any of the social media platforms and then my team can pick it up and we can work something out. Like I said, my time is under intense pressure. If you attend any of our events, it's usually easier that way for us to see because I'm then hanging out with people for a few hours. Oh, by the way, I want to say a big thank you to our Inner Circle members who are in Toronto, Canada, because we were in Toronto 2 weekends ago for the Business and Leadership Roundtable, Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. It was, this is from the feedback, right? It was powerful. It was phenomenal. And they hosted us well, right? Good. So we were together whole day, right? On a Saturday from 10 a.m. to like 4 or 5 p.m. We were hanging out together. So if you attend any of our training events, it makes it a whole lot easier for us to see. So Blessing is asking, how do I start book writing for the first time? That's a whole seminar. Also, how do I choose my book title? That is a whole seminar. Hopefully, we'll get to do a training on that not long from now. But the starting point is, what do you know that you know is important to people that they need to know about? Okay, remember, again, don't start from you and what you like. That comes second. Start from what people need. And then check the things you know, the experiences you've had, and then the knowledge that you have, what will be useful. With that, you have an idea of what you want to write about. Then break it down, to write the major points. Those will form your chapters, right? Write the major points that you want to write about. It's better to plan it like that than begin to write the chapters out one by one. I encourage you to dedicate a specific time every day. Could be 30 minutes, could be an hour at a specific time every day to write. If you find it difficult writing, consider using the audio recorder on your phone, right? And speak into it. And then you can transcribe. We even have software these days, with the help of AI or not, that can help you to transcribe. And then you can now correct or get an editor to help you edit. Sam is asking, when are you coming to the UK? Very likely next year. We have a lot of people asking us to come to the UK next year. So let's see how it goes. I'll be speaking for my friend, Pastor Dele Olawanle, Winners Kingdom Assembly. I'll be speaking there on the 2nd and the 3rd of August. Yeah, just some weeks away. Okay. Okay, well, we're just about out of time for today. Let me pick this question from John. How can we define a true leader? We said leadership is ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. If you see anyone that is influencing people, maybe their family, maybe their friends, but the person is able to foster collaboration and to motivate people, and they go to do something together, that's leadership. It may be for good, maybe for bad, right? The good leader is the one that influences people to achieve good goals, right? To bring improvement. Is love possible in an environment where you're not loved? That's only, wow. Oh, thank you. Family is everything. I've been following you for 10 years now. Thank you for everything. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that feedback. I appreciate that feedback. Okay, so I think this is going to be the last one. Is love possible in an environment where you are not loved? Absolutely. Yes. It will be more difficult, but it is possible. It will be more difficult, but it is possible. In the 7 habits of highly effective people, Stephen R. Covey said we should exercise our response ability. That it is from the combination of those two words, response ability, that we have the word responsibility. He said, most people live their lives as a reaction to what other people are doing. For example, if I slap you and you slap me back, and then they ask you, why did you slap him? You say, because he slapped me. That's logical, right? That makes sense. I slapped him because he slapped me. So Stephen R. Covey said, what people refuse to admit, or probably don't even know exists, is the fact that between the time that you were slapped and the time that you responded, there was that fraction of a second when you had the power to choose how to respond. He said the problem is most people don't exercise that power. You can choose, you can decide. And it says exercising that power and expanding it is what true freedom is about. Think about it. If you're someone who doesn't think, you just keep reacting to what others are doing, you will eventually feel out of control of your life. Other people will write the script of your life for you, and you will be acting their scripts. If you're a student of the Bible, you would see it where Jesus said, you've had an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, right? Revenge. He said, I'm changing the rules. I'm changing the rules. He said, if someone slaps you on the right cheek, they're expecting you to slap back. He said, turn the left. Take the power from them. Exercise your response ability, right? He said, love them that, he said, bless them that curse you. Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. So let me say this. When someone does something negative to you, hurts you, if you do it back, you've started a cycle. What they did fell as a seed into your heart, and it has now grown into a harvest, and you're now planting new seeds from that. You can destroy that cycle, right? The bitterness stops here. The hatred stops here. I don't have hatred to give. I only have love to give. So yes, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is powerful. It is the way you experience true freedom, that they may not love you, but you choose to love. Now, when you can do something about it, control the interaction, limit the interaction. And when you can do something about it, move into a different circle, right? Where you can love and be loved. I hope this has been helpful. Is there anyone who joined us for the first time today? Oh, the conference in the USA, it's in the DMV. Okay, in fact, the specific venue is College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland, right? You can fly in from any part of the USA or Canada to attend that conference, because we're running only one in North America this year. We're running only one in North America this year at the DMV, College Park Marriott. Let me say this, the seats are going to be snapped up before that day. So planning to register the venue will not likely be a good idea. Oh, wow. So many people joined us for the first time today. Henry and Daniel and Hugo and Emmanuel. Wow. Royal Daughter TV, Noah, Adekunle, Emmanuel, Dr. Ronke. Thank you. Thank you. Sam, Alex, thank you. Esther, Conley, most blessed forever. Wow, so many people. Oh my God, I can't even call everyone. I just want to say a big thank you for joining us. We'll be back same time next Monday. Thank you, everyone. Be good and influence positively. Please, you know what? I read the books that other people read. I'm not sure other people get the results that I get. You know the difference? I practice. So please practice the things we've discussed today, okay? Pay close attention to the people around you. Listen to them some more. Study them. Try to read their emotions. And most importantly, treat them with dignity. See them with new eyes. They are the most valuable assets we have on this planet. And any opportunity you have, help them. Thank you so much for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you again same time next week. Don't forget to go on my Linktree on any social media platform that you're on. Till we see you again, have a good evening, good night, or good morning where you are, or probably good afternoon. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please, can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi?
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goal. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on the principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts.